Marvel Rivals hasn't even been out for a month yet, maybe a little longer considering if you guys have played the beta, but that aside, I've been enjoying it. I think a lot of people are enjoying it as well. But there's been one underlying problem I've noticed, and it happens in a lot of games, so it's not just Marvel Rivals. But as I'm playing the game and I'm trying to figure it out step by step, piece by piece, I'm looking up videos, trying to get a grasp of the characters I want to play, who I want to play right now, and tips and tricks for that, tips and tricks for the game in general. And lo and behold, I see a ton of tier lists and metas, and it's just, we got to talk about it. Now, I tell my friends this all the time. I may get a lot of heat for this in general because I'm sure people will probably tell me the numbers, tell me that I'm wrong. This might be my hot take, but I think metas and tier lists for the most part don't really mean much for your average player. It's usually just someone who's played a lot more than you, who usually can have some good ideas and good reasoning, but for the most part, I promise you probably play differently and have a different play style than them. There are a lot of good creators out there that actually give very good opinions and what they think about it. And I have no problems with tier lists per se, right? But my problem comes when people act like it is the end all be all. This is what you need to follow. If not, I'm gonna try to ban you. I'm not gonna play with you. This and that, yada yada. It gets too much, right? People get way too serious about this kind of stuff. This game hasn't even been out for a month yet. I urge you to form your own opinions. I urge you to just play around with characters. Play characters you want to play, right? Play characters that you think you'll enjoy, because I guarantee you're going to play a lot better when you play a character that you want, aside from being forced to play another character that you don't want to play. And to help prove my point, right, literally I just watched the video today, so it kind of added on to what I was thinking in the first place. This game came out, tier lists start coming out a week in, 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, you name it, and Wolverine's F tier, Wolverine's bottom tier, he's D tier, he's probably the worst character in the game. No, he is the worst character in the game. That's what we heard from a lot of creators, and here comes Team Captain, who makes the most hilarious video where he is just basically calling out all these streamers who said Wolverine is F tier, he's the worst, blah, blah, blah. They go up against him in ranked. He is putting the work on them, right? Like, he is absolutely showing them up. Gets to a point where, you know, they're trying to ban that specific character, even though they've basically said how bad the character is in the first place. And it's just comical. I urge you guys to watch his video. It's a good watch. Best Wolverine player in the world as far as we know. Another thing you guys should be doing is kind of follow a 2-2-2 rule. Pick 2 tank characters that you really enjoy. Pick 2 assault characters that you enjoy. Pick 2 support characters that you enjoy. Doesn't mean you'll always play them, but it just gives you the option of, if someone else does already pick your character, you don't feel lost, you don't feel confused, like, okay, I can fall back on a different character. If you get to higher ranks, you know, there are pick bans, so you can't get too comfortable playing a specific character. If you're popping off, like, next thing you know, you can't play him next round, so you got to figure something out. Not to mention, we can't get too comfortable on these characters. There are certain synergies. They basically said that in future seasons, the synergies and combos could change. And not to mention, they just dropped some new characters recently. They just announced that they're going to be adding the Fantastic Four. They got a trailer coming out in a week for that. But like I said, it's going to be changing. The meta, the tiers, whatever you want to call it, the whole gameplay is just going to change as time goes on. It's so hard to dial down on what works and what doesn't, because like I said, a lot of people play differently, a lot of people do things differently. A lot of videos I saw where it's just like, okay, this character sucks. Okay, what is your reasoning? Oh, I don't see them in ranked play. So you haven't actually seen them play, right? You haven't actually seen a good player play them, but you're already forming the opinion on if they're bad just because you haven't seen them get played. Like, I feel like you have to watch the character play first and then form your opinion, but it's like they're skipping a few steps. People, you know, it's like, oh, I watched the video, I'm Grandmaster, I'm this rank already, so listen to what I have to say, even though I only main like 3 characters. It's like, you haven't even played the whole roster. I'm sure you don't even know a lot of things of the other characters, so it's like, how can you form this whole opinion and based on basically nothing? Me and my friends played for the first time as a group and just in general, and we haven't touched this game before a few days ago, but first thing I did, right, I hopped on Venom. I think Venom's dope. I think his character design is fun. He's one of my favorite villains out there. He's just a cool character design. So immediately I pick him, I play him. I've been playing him. I really feel his play set and his skill set, his move sets, whatever you want to call it. I've been feeling him. I've been performing pretty well the most part too. And then lo and behold, I watched some tier list videos and everyone's like, you can't play Venom. Venom's trash, bro. If you get to high level play, he's irrelevant, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, felt so discouraged for a minute, right? I was just like, dang, I guess I just need to start playing another character. It's like, no. Like, this may sound sappy and kind of like, I don't know, uppity, but anyways, you guys are unique. Everyone is unique. Just because you watch one of your favorite streamers and you watch his gameplay and game style and you think, okay, that's what I want to play, you're different, okay? You may not have the same mechanical functions as them. You may not have the same skill set as them. They may understand things differently. You may understand things differently. All I'm saying is there's classes for a reason. There's other characters for a reason. Like, explore a little. This game's been out for a month. There is no reason to dedicate yourself to a specific character unless you want bragging rights, but I think this game is very unique in a sense, right? Like in Overwatch, there's a lot of classes and specific play styles. A lot of these characters, they kind of play that role and that's all they do. This game is a little different, right? Like, it is a hero base. They do categories for each one, but I think they go a little deeper than that. Like, just because I'm Mantis doesn't mean I can't dish out damage. Just because I'm Rocket Raccoon, I'm support, I can't dish out damage. You absolutely can. Even Venom, I mean, you may not have a support around you, but you basically just give yourself a second health bar when you get low. You get defenses, you can slow people down. Like, there's multiple things in your toolkit you can do, and that's just Venom. There's plenty of other characters. A lot of these characters are basically just like locked potential that's just sitting on like a gold mine, right? Like, no one knows how to play them yet. People are still figuring it out. And, it's just, I don't want anyone to be discouraged and automatically be like, oh yeah, this character sucks. Like, yeah, you may not like it, but maybe another player, i.e. something like Team Captain or something, actually knows how to play the character, right? Like I said, this happens in all games. Like Helldivers 2, when that came out, there's people trying to ban people and kick people from the lobbies because they didn't do the right stratagems there, where it's like a lot of the stuff is really subjective. Okay, I feel like for this one, I should be using this type of weapon, this type of stratagems, and there's a lot of like different thinking that can go into it. I played a lot of Remnant 2, and I made a lot of Remnant 2 videos of like walkthroughs, guides, builds, and I'd get a lot of heat on my build videos because, oh, this isn't the max amount of damage possible. Like, why are you even using this build? And it's just like, people play differently, bro. It's so subjective. I like making builds that are outside of the box. Fighting games, right? Like, how many times do we see a character that is trash tier that's supposed to be unplayable? You see a random player pick them up and basically just go to the finals with him, or win the finals, win the championship with what's supposed to be a trash character, and it doesn't make sense to a lot of people. But I think that's like the greatest thing you can do, is use something and utilize something that people think is just trash. I think that's one of the best feelings you can get in a game like this. And that aside, it's just, like I said, this game's been out for a month. Have fun with it. Learn characters yourself, form opinions yourself, and just watch specific creators, like watch what they say. I think a lot of them are pretty, egotistical, like, oh, I played this many hours, so listen to me. Like I said, there's a lot of them that do the right thing and say the right stuff, like, hey, this game hasn't been out for long, this is just my opinions, these are my thoughts, take it with a grain of salt, stuff like that. Like, I'm totally fine with that. I totally get that, but I've also seen a lot of tier lists and metas, and you need to play this for comp because if you're not even playing. Like, get out of here with that, dude. Just get out of here with that. I don't know. It's just too much for me. Anyways, like I said, this might be a hot take, but let me know what you think down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoy Marvel Rivals like I am. I'll see you guys in future videos. Make sure to like, subscribe. You don't have to, but it'd be nice. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in future videos, right? Bye-bye.